Snake Sage Mode. Snake Sage Mode comes straight out of Ryuchi Cave, this dark, creepy underground pit that's basically survival of the fittest. Forget the friendly vibes of Mount Myoboku, cause this place is totally brutal. It's ruled by the White Snake Sage and her squad of ancient snake bosses, and the only law here is eat or get eaten. Basically, if you're not absolutely strong enough, you're food. The natural energy in Ryuchi Cave is crazy invasive, spreading through you like poison straight out of the Earth's core. It's tied super closely to snakes themselves, all about shedding, rebirth, and deception. The core philosophy here ain't blend with nature like the toads teach. In Ryuichi, you gotta literally dominate nature, crush it into submission, and force it to work for you. Training for Snake Sage Mode? Bro, that's a straight up life or death ritual. First, you gotta survive fights with deadly snakes inside the cave to prove your body's tough enough. Then, the White Snake Sage personally bites you, injecting natural energy like venom right into your veins. From that second, it's all on you. You gotta balance that toxic energy instantly with raw power. If your body isn't totally durable enough to handle it, you literally mutate into a snake, and then the White Snake Sage swallows you whole. Orochimaru wanted it, but he failed. His constant body hopping weakened him too much to handle the balance. Kabuto, though, he nailed it by splicing DNA from the Sound 4 to boost his physical strength. And Mitsuki? This kid only got it after Orochimaru ran 6 hardcore experiments on him, wiping his memory after every failure until one attempt finally worked. Snake Sage Mode hits with some absolutely wild, beast-like transformations. Your eyes go full predator mode, golden irises with vertical snake pupils, and that purple pattern spreads dramatically from your eyelids down your face. Kabuto in Snake Sage Mode straight up grew 4 sharp horns on his head, symbolizing his evolution from snake to dragon. His body moved insanely flexible. Mitsuki, in his form, looked cleaner but still super intimidating. He got a glowing blue chakra cloak that formed ghost snakes around him, a single horn on his forehead, and dark markings circling his eyes. Even though Mitsuki's design was less monstrous than Kabuto's, his aura was totally powerful. Snake Sage Mode absolutely turns the user into an unpredictable assassin, with upgrades built around invasive, diverse powers. Physically, their speed and dodge games spike massively, moving in slippery, snake-like ways. Their ninjutsu gets enhanced into darker, more savage forms. Kabuto even invented brand new techniques like inorganic reanimation, literally breathing willpower into non-living matter using natural energy, making rocks and earth come alive as deadly weapons. The sensory boost is insane too, basically giving the user snake senses. And especially, you get protective eyelid membranes that defend against genjutsu and visual attacks, while Mitsuki's version creates spectral snakes that extend his range, wrapping up enemies from a distance. Like all Sage Modes, it still has drawbacks. You need silence to gather natural energy, and the time limit is real. But Kabuto broke that limit completely by splicing Jugo's DNA, letting him passively absorb natural energy even mid-fight. That means no meditation, no pause button. Kabuto's Snake Sage Mode could be absolutely sustained in non-stop combat. The defining battle for Snake Sage Mode was Kabuto versus Sasuke and Itachi. This fight showed just how terrifyingly strong Kabuto became, holding off both Uchiha brothers at once. Honestly, he's insanely underrated. Kishimoto literally had to pull out Izanami as a retcon just to give Itachi a win and stop Edo Tensei. Snake Sage Mode totally reinvented Kabuto, from Orochimaru's assistant into a top-tier villain, a super threat with power that could absolutely shift the entire war. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hit sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So, go ahead, click that subscribe button right now, so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Toad Sage Mode. Toad Sage Mode comes from Mount Myoboku, this hidden mystical land that exists side by side with the human world. It's basically a holy ground where the elder toad sages like Fukasaku and Shima have guarded senjutsu secrets for hundreds of years. Unlike the dark savage vibe of Snake Sage Mode, Toad Sage mode is totally about harmony and patience. Only people with true destiny, or the ones who get chosen, can even reach this place. That's why Jiraiya stumbled into it by accident after a failed summoning, and Naruto got personally guided there by Fukasaku. The natural energy at Mount Myoboku is pure life force, flowing from the air, the earth, and every living thing around. To master it, you gotta mix it perfectly with your physical chakra and spiritual energy. Training here is brutal in its own way. Students have to meditate on a thin wooden plank placed on top of a sky-high stone pillar, staying completely still. Literally not even a finger can move. The Toad Sages coat your body with a special oil that only works inside Mount Myoboku. This oil forces your body to automatically absorb natural energy. But once you leave the mountain, the oil evaporates instantly, meaning you're totally on your own from that point forward. If the ratio of natural energy gets too high, your body starts morphing into a toad, eventually turning into a stone frog statue forever. No way back. We literally saw Naruto almost become a statue mid-training. That's why the Toad Sages always carry these special wooden sticks, ready to smack the student and knock out the excess energy before it's too late. Toad Sage mode has some absolutely unmistakable signs. The biggest change is in the eyes. The irises turn a blazing gold with those horizontal, frog-like pupils. Bright orange markings spread dramatically from the eyelids across the cheeks, giving you those bold, toad-style lines. The difference between a perfect sage mode and an imperfect one is all about balance with natural energy. Even though Jiraiya was insanely talented, he never hit perfection, his body partly animalized. He had a big frog nose, toad eyes, and even webbed hands and feet. Jiraiya honestly avoided using it too much because he thought it made him look goofy and unattractive to women. Naruto, on the other hand, pulled off the perfect version. His changes were way more subtle and clean. Toad Sage mode turns the user into an absolute super warrior. Physically, the buffs are ridiculous. Fukasaku himself could casually lift and toss multi-ton frog statues like they were toys. Speed and reflexes skyrocket massively too. Old jutsu also get massively upgraded thanks to Senjutsu chakra. Naruto's regular Rasengan evolved into Sage Art. Big Ball Rasengan, packing destructive force on a whole new level. And his Rasen Shuriken? He could throw it at range, with insane damage that literally shredded targets down to the cellular level. The sensory boost is just god tier. Naruto could straight up notice Kakashi's missing chakra presence in the village, pinpoint Nagato's exact location from crazy far away, and even dodge attacks without looking, just by feeling them out. And then there's the exclusive weapon of Toad Sage mode, Frog Kata. This unique fighting style uses the invisible aura of natural energy that surrounds the body. It lets you extend your punches, hitting enemies from beyond arm's reach. We saw Naruto land what looked like a miss on one of Pain's bodies, but the natural energy wave still smacked him hard. It makes every attack unpredictable and almost impossible to defend against. Toad Sage mode has weaknesses, of course. You need to stay totally still to absorb natural energy, and the form only lasts about 5 minutes before it runs out. In long battles, that's basically its Achilles heel. Jiraiya solved this with the Sage Art, amphibian technique, fusing with Fukasaku and Shima, letting them sit on his shoulders and constantly absorb energy for him. Naruto came up with his own insane method, using a limited number of shadow clones to meditate from a distance. When the clones dispel, all that stored energy instantly transfers back to the real Naruto. Later, as a Jinchuriki, Naruto went even further. He literally had Kurama inside his mind, gathering Senjutsu chakra for him while he kept fighting non-stop. Yeah, bro, Kurama was a sage himself. The defining battle of Toad Sage mode was absolutely Naruto versus Pain in the Leaf Village. This was hands down one of the most epic entrances in the entire series, with Naruto showing up like a complete boss. Toad Sage mode completely flipped the script during the Pain invasion arc, saving the village from total destruction and proving that Naruto was truly the child of prophecy. Hashirama's Sage mode. Hashirama's Sage mode is literally the biggest mystery in the whole Naruto series. Unlike Toad mode from Mount Myoboku or Snake mode from Ryuchi Cave, Hashirama's Sage Mode is still completely unknown, totally wrapped in secrecy. Hashirama straight up represents the absolute perfect Sage Mode. His wood release already feels kinda Senjutsu-like, since it mixes water and earth chakra in a way that's super close to natural energy. But when this man enters Sage Mode, he doesn't show any traits from any animal at all. No frog eyes, no snake scales, nothing. And the craziest part? He can pop into Sage Mode instantly, way faster than literally anybody else. The natural energy inside Hashirama has this insane vibe of endless growth and regeneration, like tree sap flowing nonstop through his body. His power blends completely with raw nature itself, trees, earth, and literally every living thing around him. Hashirama's Sage Mode takes his wood release straight to God tier, turning him into an absolute natural disaster. His ninjutsu gets insanely boosted. He can infuse Sage Chakra into his wood techniques, massively pumping up their power. This lets him create tons of wood clones while still holding a Kage-level barrier, whereas Tobirama could barely manage 2 clones. All his wood release jutsu gets scaled up by dozens of times. His quintuple Rashomon can even redirect massive Biju bombs combined with Susanoo checks. Then there's the insane Sage Art, 1,000-armed cannon, a gigantic wooden statue with thousands of arms, literally dozens of times taller than Madara's Susanoo. And remember, Madara's Susanoo is already the biggest Uchiha Susanoo ever. Hashirama's 1,000-armed cannon can even smash through that Susanoo and casually capture a tailed beast like it's nothing. Hashirama's Sage Mode still needs him to limit his movements to absorb natural energy. But here's the sick part. He can meditate while sitting on his own massive wooden constructs, letting them fight for him. No need for allies like Naruto or Jiraiya. He's basically a one-man army. Yeah, he was called the god of shinobi for a reason. Tailed Beast Sage Mode. Naruto Uzumaki unlocks Tailed Beast Sage Mode by merging his Sage Mode with Tailed Beast Mode. At first, Kurama was straight up hostile, always trying to take over Naruto's body or mess with his chakra control. But after they overcame that beef and built trust, Naruto and Kurama became legit allies. Now, Naruto can tap into the Nine Tails chakra freely, no obstacles at all. When Naruto enters this combined state, his eyes are wild, mixing Sage Mode traits, orange eyes with cross-shaped pupils, and Tailed Beast traits, red eyes with vertical slit pupils. Total power flex. Keeping Sage Mode active is usually tough since it needs meditation and staying completely still. But Naruto straight up hacks this by having Kurama inside him. Kurama helps him perfectly balance natural energy and Tailed Beast chakra, so Naruto can switch modes smoothly and maintain max power throughout fights. With both forms active at the same time, Naruto gets all the benefits stacked, literally boosting every ability insanely. He can even add Sage Mode to Rasengan and Tailed Beast Bomb, Tailed Beast Rasen Shuriken, coordinating with Sasuke to strike Obito when he was the 10 Tails Jinchuriki. Absolute chaos-level power. Fun fact, Minato was a sage. He could also use Toad Sage techniques, and he had half of Kurama inside him. So in theory, he could enter this mode too. 6 Paths Sage Mode. Yo, 6 Paths. Sage Mode is next level insane. Literally the strongest Sage Mode ever. And the crazy part? You don't even need regular Sage Mode first. You just get this power if Hagoromo personally grants it. Sounds chill, but bro, not everyone meets the dude. Hagoromo only gives it to those he trusts to have strong faith in humanity. Before Naruto, he gave it to his son, Ashura. The real flex of this mode is that it massively boosts all Sage abilities, power, speed, endurance, reflexes, everything goes into overdrive. Once Naruto hit this state, he could sense chakra and invisible stuff, like those shady shadows in Madara's limbo world. He could also create and control truth-seeking balls, these orbs of 6 Paths chakra that can literally destroy anything they touch. On top of that, Naruto could borrow chakra from all the tailed beasts. Yeah, basically, 6 Paths Sage Mode is different from Tailed Beast Sage Mode, because now you can access the chakra of all 9 tailed beasts. Now Naruto can use their unique abilities, like Shukaku's Magnet Release, Matatabi's Blue Fire, Isobu's Water Release, Son Goku's lava release, and a ton more. Absolute chaos energy. With this mode, he could also use yin-yang release to heal, like more badass than a super medical ninja. Yin-yang lets Naruto create and control stuff and fix even the worst injuries. Thanks to this insane power, he literally saved Guy from certain death and, recreated one eye for Kakashi. Naruto himself said this mode lets him do basically anything. Yes, bro, he could even fly. Long story short, with 6-path Sage mode, his power is straight up godlike. Orochimaru's Cursed Seals. Okay, technically this isn't a Sage mode, but it's worth talking about because Orochimaru straight up invented it by mixing his chakra with Jugo's cells. Remember Jugo? The dude can naturally absorb senjutsu energy and transform his body for fights. Orochimaru can slap this cursed seal on others, but just like learning Sage techniques, it's dangerous. Most people die from it, only about 10% survive. If the seal doesn't suit you, you either die instantly or go through extreme pain before kicking the bucket. The first survivor was Anko Mitarashi, Orochimaru's student. She was one of the first 10 test subjects for Orochimaru's Cursed Seal of Heaven, and she was the only one to make it. Here's the insane part. Since Jugo can naturally absorb senjutsu, Cursed Seal users don't need to meditate. They just activate the seal, and a pattern spreads over their body. The more power they push, the more the pattern grows. This is called first-level transformation, giving them boosted physical abilities and a bigger chakra pool. Still, it's not as strong as regular Sage modes. There are two main types, Cursed Seal of Heaven and Cursed Seal of Earth. We mostly see Heaven because Kimimaro was the only one rocking the Earth version. Fundamentally, they work the same. The real beast is second-level transformation. At this stage, the user undergoes crazy physical changes, often looking like animals. For example, Sasuke level 2 had dark gray skin, long hair, bat-like wings, and Kimimaro level 2 had a dinosaur-like tail and giant bones sticking out. Basically, it's like an imperfect Sage transformation. And yeah, the power is insane. Even though they eventually lost, the Sound 4 gave the Konoha team a brutal fight when rescuing Sasuke. Sasuke himself, rocking level 2, defeated Deidara, an S-rank Akatsuki ninja, and his raw power back then wasn't even that insane. But here's the kicker. These seals are made from Jugo's DNA. If Jugo absorbs too much senjutsu, he goes full monster, unconscious, blind rage, and wants to kill everything. So staying in level 2 for too long can mess with your mind, turning you insane. Even if you don't overdo it, the seal still weakens your mind because it pumps extra chakra into you from Orochimaru, making you more likely to obey his commands. Basically, anyone hungry for power is super easy for Orochimaru to control, and the seal is crazy hard to remove, carrying both Orochimaru's power and will. That's why top ninja like Kakashi and the third Hokage usually seal or suppress it instead of removing it. In the series, the cursed seal was fully removed only twice. Itachi forced Orochimaru out of Sasuke and sealed it with the Totsuka blade. Sasuke used the evil releasing method to pull Orochimaru out of Anko's seal. Fun fact, Orochimaru can place a cursed seal by biting someone's neck, instantly binding them and spreading the pattern to restrict movement. If they survive, it means they're compatible with Jugo too. Jugo can then implant his flesh and chakra into their body. For example, in Sasuke vs. Killer Bee, Sasuke got wrecked, chest torn open, and Jugo saved him this way. And for Mitsuki, Orochimaru placed a powerful cursed seal on his heart, meaning he'd self-destruct if anyone tried to dissect his artificial body. Absolute savage level power. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.